The Wesleyan Church is actively working in 23 countries around the world, supporting a team of more than 200 missionaries with a wide variety of skills and assignments: teaching, evangelism, building, medical personnel, and many others. Our personal call since 1966 has been to serve with the Wesleyan World Missions in Colombia, an important country on the northwestern corner of South America. The call was confirmed by Jesus' words to us, "I have chosen you and ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain." More than that, Jesus promised that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you. As we prepared to return to Colombia in 1983 for our 5th term, we had no idea of what was ahead. We would see the people of Colombia suffer through natural disasters. A volcanic eruption with destructive mudslides would claim the lives of 22,000 people. Political conditions would become more unsettled, and our family would be severely tested by Ella's ongoing battle with cancer. And the loss of several loved ones back home. There would be times of joy also. We would see our son Greg finish his studies at Asbury Theological Seminary, begin pastoral work in a small Wesleyan church in Guthrie Center, Iowa, and marry a lovely Christian young lady. There would also be the pleasure of watching our younger children, Rosella and Tony, grow. And we would observe the exciting growth of the Bogota North Wesleyan Church, which we had pioneered. Now being blessed of God under the leadership of Pastor Juan Piñeros. Since 1941, Wesleyans have been building a church in Colombia. At the present time, 8 missionaries are working together with Colombian Wesleyans to reach its 29 million people for Christ. 20 Wesleyan churches serve as the base for 70 preaching points with a vision for starting new churches. As mission coordinator, I found myself wearing many different hats. During the previous term, I had managed the mission bookstore, Librería Unión Cristiana. Its ministry of making Bibles and Christian literature available to Medellin's 2 million people is now owned and managed by Don Polo, a Wesleyan layman. However, during this past term, it was again my responsibility to manage the mission press, Tipografía Unión, a vital ministry which produces and distributes 3 million tracts and books, booklets, and other evangelical literature each year throughout the Spanish-speaking world. Mark Johnson, a Houghton College student and computer expert, spent a month with us setting up a new bookkeeping system for the press and mission and teaching missionaries important computer techniques. As mission coordinator, it was also my responsibility to care for the business of our mission farm, Finca Canaan, where the district camps and conferences are held. Last year, more than 300 Colombian youth packed out the facility for the Wesleyan Youth Conference. Last year, also, a work team from Kansas, working with Colombian Wesleyans on construction projects in Bogota and San Roque, took time to help build 76 additional beds for the campground. But more expansion is still needed.
I have worn many hats also. It has been my privilege to serve as treasurer of the Wesleyan Church of Colombia, La Iglesia Wesleyana de Colombia. Besides doing the mission bookkeeping, I edited the district's quarterly news bulletin, Wesleygrama. Colombians are now doing these tasks. For a number of years now, I have been designated as translator of the Wesleyan World Fellowship Tidings into Spanish so that it could be copied and sent to our Spanish-speaking fields. In addition, our home was open to several Bible studies during the week, and I worked with young people on Saturday evenings. I also taught at the Bible Institute subjects like Christian home, ethics, and psychology, as well as giving accordion and piano lessons to 15 enthusiastic beginners.
As mission coordinator, I also served on the District Board of Administration. As I worked together with District Superintendent Reverend Daniel Bernate and other district leaders, I have seen God help us through many problems and meet the challenge of the opportunities we have had for evangelism and church planting. In my spare time, I had the joy of touching the lives of young Colombians. My schedule includes teaching several courses in the Wesleyan Bible Institute as well as extension classes in theology. Crisildo, the assistant pastor of the Puerto Boyacá Wesleyan Church, was one of my extension students. God laid it on his heart to be a witness to his own people deep in the jungles of the Choco area. Financing his own way, Crisildo made several arduous 22-hour trips by bus and dugout to the village he had left 26 years before. He found a warm welcome, for about 85 people had been converted as a result of his witness, and a large congregation gathers to listen whenever he visits them. I wish you could have been with our district team as we visited this jungle area last year. I wish you could meet these vibrant, radiant, and new Christians and hear them sing and testify to God's saving grace in their lives. Now Colombian Wesleyans are starting a church in the center of the Choco area. From this strategic point, jungle congregations will be established and nurtured. Crisildo has been appointed pastor of this pioneer church. I visited them last March wearing yet another hat, that of director of our Wesleyan Gospel Film Ministry, and found much to praise the Lord for. More than 100 people viewed our gospel films each night. Crisildo and his wife are praising God for the way he has gone before them, even supplying their need for water. Recently, Doris Caicedo, a 1986 Bible Institute graduate, felt God's call to minister in the jungle community of Guaitado. Pray for this young lady as she teaches the people to read and seeks to lead them to Christ. As Wesleyans, all of us have a part in what God is doing in Colombia. You know, when we pass from this life one day, as we all must, we'll trade the many hats we've been wearing for a crown adorned with Colombian jewels, to lay at the feet of Jesus.